Bajani begin with a simple question. Have you ever shared something with someone and later wished you had kept it to yourself? Maybe it was a personal plan, a family matter, or even your next big dream. In today's world, we are constantly encouraged to share everything. Our thoughts, our lives, our plans, and even our struggles. But wisdom teaches us that not everything needs to be shared with everyone. First, stop sharing your big goals and future plans with everyone. When we tell too many people about our plans, we often lose the energy to actually achieve them. Sometimes people may discourage us, laugh at us, or fill our minds with doubt. Your dreams are like seeds. They need time, care, and protection before they grow into something beautiful. Instead of talking too much about your goals, focus on working silently and let your results make the noise. Second, stop sharing every personal problem with people who cannot help you. Not everyone who listens truly cares. Some people might even enjoy hearing about your difficulties. Sharing problems with the wrong people can make you feel more negative and misunderstood. Choose wisely who you open up to. Speak to those who can guide you, support you, and genuinely want the best for you. Third, stop sharing your acts of kindness and charity. When we help others, it should come from the heart, not for applause. True kindness is quiet. If we constantly announce the good things we do, it turns generosity into a performance rather than a sincere act. The most beautiful good deeds are often the ones no one else knows about. Fourth, stop sharing every detail of your personal life. Your private life is valuable. In a world of social media and constant updates, many people reveal too much about themselves. But remember, privacy protects peace. The less unnecessary information people know about your life, the fewer chances there are for judgment, gossip, or misunderstanding. Fifth, stop sharing your family conflicts publicly. Every family faces disagreements and challenges. But when these private matters become public conversations, they can damage relationships and respect. Protect your family's dignity by resolving issues with patience, communication, and understanding rather than exposing them to outsiders. One of the most powerful habits you can develop on the journey to success is learning to protect your dreams. In today's world, people often feel an urge to talk about their goals. The moment they think of them, a new idea comes to mind, a plan begins to form, and immediately the desire to tell others takes over. While sharing excitement is natural, constantly announcing your dreams to everyone around, you can quietly weaken the very energy needed to achieve them. Many successful individuals emphasize that dreams are delicate in their early stages. Just like a seed planted in the soil, they require time, focus, and protection before they grow strong enough to stand in the open. When a dream is still developing, it exists mostly in the form of belief and imagination. At this stage, it is highly sensitive to outside opinions. The moment you begin sharing your goals with too many people, you also open the door to doubt, criticism, and sometimes even negativity. Not everyone will understand your vision. Some may question your abilities, others may laugh at the idea, and a few might unintentionally discourage you simply because they cannot see what you see. Even a small negative comment can slowly weaken confidence. If your dream has not yet developed strong roots, protecting your dreams does not mean hiding them out of fear. It means guarding them with wisdom until your actions and progress make them undeniable. There is also a psychological aspect to sharing goals too early. When people talk repeatedly about what they plan to achieve, the brain sometimes interprets the discussion as partial progress. This can create a temporary sense of satisfaction even though no real work has been done. As a result, the motivation to take action may decrease. Energy into consistent effort. Individuals may begin to focus more on talking about their ambitions than actually working toward them. True progress comes from disciplined action, not from repeated announcements. Another reason to protect your dreams is that success often requires deep focus. When too many people know about your plans, you may start feeling pressure to prove yourself quickly. This pressure can distract you from the patient step-by-step process that real achievement demands. Great accomplishments rarely happen overnight. They are built through persistence, learning from failure, and maintaining determination even when results are not immediately visible. By keeping your goals private during the early stages, you allow yourself the freedom to experiment, improve, and grow without unnecessary external expectations. History is filled with examples of individuals who worked quietly while pursuing extraordinary goals. Their attention was not on convincing others that they would succeed. It was on developing the skills, discipline, and resilience required to actually succeed. When the results finally appeared, people did not need explanations or promises. The achievements spoke clearly on their own. This is the quiet power of focused effort. When energy is directed toward consistent work rather than constant explanation, progress becomes stronger and more meaningful. Protecting your dreams also helps maintain inner clarity. When too many voices influence your thinking, it becomes difficult to distinguish between your own vision and the opinions of others. Silence creates space for reflection. It allows you to evaluate your goals honestly, strengthen your strategies, and stay connected to the deeper reason behind your ambition. In that quiet space, commitment becomes stronger because it is built on personal conviction rather than external approval. Every meaningful dream deserves patience, discipline, and protection. Instead of seeking validation from everyone around you, invest that energy in learning, improving, and moving forward step by step. Let your focus remain on growth, not on applause. When your dedication turns into real progress and your progress turns into results, the world will notice without needing to be told. One of the most important aspects of emotional strength and personal growth is learning to share your problems with the right people. In difficult moments, it is natural to want someone to listen. Human beings seek understanding and support when they face challenges, stress, or uncertainty. However, not everyone who listens truly cares about helping you find a solution. Some people may listen out of curiosity, some out of habit, and others may simply enjoy hearing about the struggles of others. Because of this, it becomes essential to be thoughtful and selective about whom you trust with your personal difficulties. When individuals openly discuss their struggles with too many people, they may unintentionally expose themselves to unnecessary negativity. Some people respond to problems with discouraging remarks such as "this will never work" or "you should just give up." Even when these statements are not intended to hurt, they can slowly influence your mindset. During challenging times, a person's confidence is already vulnerable. Bare esteemistic opinions repeatedly can deepen feelings of doubt and make the situation appear worse than it truly is. Instead of gaining clarity or encouragement, the individual may walk away feeling even more overwhelmed. Another concern is that not everyone respects the privacy of personal conversations. A problem shared in trust can easily become a topic of discussion among others if the listener does not value confidentiality. This can lead to misunderstandings, gossip, or unnecessary embarrassment. Personal struggles are often sensitive matters, and once they spread beyond the intended conversation, they may create additional stress rather than support. Protecting your dignity and emotional well-being requires careful judgment about who truly deserves access to your personal experiences. It is also important to recognize that not everyone has the ability to provide meaningful guidance. Some individuals may offer advice without fully understanding the situation, while others may project their own fears and experiences onto your circumstances. This can lead to suggestions that are not helpful or relevant to your goals. In contrast, the right people, trusted mentors, wise friends, or supportive family members tend to listen with patience and empathy. They ask thoughtful questions, offer balanced perspectives, and encourage you to focus on solutions rather than simply dwelling on the problem. Choosing the right person to confide in can transform the way challenges are handled. A supportive listener does not just hear your words. They help you organize your thoughts, recognize opportunities for improvement, and regain confidence in your ability to overcome obstacles. Instead of amplifying negativity, they strengthen your sense of direction and resilience. These conversations become constructive rather than draining, and they help you move forward with clarity and determination. At the same time, developing the ability to reflect internally is equally valuable. Not every difficulty needs to be discussed immediately with others. Taking time to analyze the situation, understand your emotions, and consider possible solutions can often lead to deeper insight. When you eventually choose to speak about the issue, you do so with greater clarity and purpose, making the conversation far more productive. Learning to share problems wisely is not about isolating yourself from others. It is about creating a circle of trust where your experiences are treated with respect, understanding, and genuine concern. By surrounding yourself with people who uplift and guide, rather than criticize or gossip, you create an environment where challenges become opportunities for growth rather than sources of unnecessary stress. One of the most meaningful qualities a person can develop is the ability to help others with sincerity and humility. Acts of kindness have the power to transform lives, strengthen communities, and create a deeper sense of connection among people. Yet in the modern world, there is often a growing tendency to publicize every good deed. Whether through conversations, social media posts, or public recognition, many individuals feel the need to announce their acts of generosity. While appreciation is natural, true kindness carries its greatest value when it is performed quietly and without the expectation of attention. When a person helps someone purely out of compassion, the focus remains on the well-being of the other individual. The act becomes an expression of empathy, humanity, and responsibility toward others. However, when kindness is repeatedly shared or displayed for recognition, the intention can slowly shift. The act may begin to feel less like genuine service and more like a performance designed to earn approval. Even if the original intention was sincere, the constant need to highlight good deeds can change the spirit behind them. Another important reason to keep acts of kindness private is the dignity of the person receiving help. Often people who need assistance are already experiencing vulnerability, whether it is financial difficulty, emotional distress, or personal hardship. Publicizing the help given to them may unintentionally expose their struggles to others. This can create feelings of embarrassment or discomfort for the individual who is meant to be supported. Respecting someone's privacy is an essential part of genuine compassion. When kindness is offered quietly, it preserves the self-respect of the person receiving it and strengthens trust between both individuals. Quiet generosity also nurtures humility. When a person performs good deeds without seeking acknowledgement, they develop a deeper connection with their own values. The satisfaction comes from knowing that they have made a positive difference, not from the reactions of others. This internal reward is often far more meaningful and lasting than external praise. It reinforces the idea that kindness is a responsibility rather than a tool for recognition. Furthermore, silent acts of kindness create a powerful effect. When people experience genuine help without conditions or publicity, they are more likely to extend the same generosity to others. The influence spreads quietly through actions rather than words. This type of kindness builds a culture where helping others becomes a natural part of daily life rather than an opportunity for display. There is also a certain strength in humility that quietly shapes character. Kindness without announcing it develops qualities such as empathy, patience, and emotional maturity. Their actions become guided by principles rather than the desire for approval. Over time, this approach builds a reputation based not on what they say about themselves, but on the genuine impact they have on the lives of others. In many ways, the most beautiful acts of kindness are those that remain unseen by the world. They exist in the quiet moments when someone chooses compassion over indifference, generosity over recognition, and sincerity over applause. These actions reflect a deeper understanding of humanity, where the true reward of kindness lies not in being noticed, but in knowing that another person's life has been made a little easier through your care and intention. In an age where communication is instant and information travels faster than ever before, the concept of privacy has become increasingly fragile. Many people feel a constant urge to share every aspect of their lives, from daily routines to personal experiences, believing that openness automatically creates connection and acceptance, while sharing certain moments can strengthen relationships. Revealing too much about one's personal life can gradually erode the sense of peace and control that privacy provides. that maintaining a thoughtful balance between openness and discretion is essential for protecting emotional well-being and personal boundaries. Personal life contains many layers: family relationships, emotional struggles, ambitions, fears, and private experiences that shape who we are. When too much of this information becomes publicly available, it can expose an individual to unnecessary judgment or misunderstanding. Every person interprets situations through their own experiences and beliefs, which means that others may form opinions without fully understanding the context of what they see or hear. This can lead to criticism, speculation, or gossip that adds stress rather than meaningful connection. Another important aspect of privacy is the protection of emotional space. Human beings need moments of quiet reflection where they can process their thoughts and feelings without outside interference. When personal experiences are constantly shared with a wide audience, the natural process of reflection may be replaced by a search for validation. People may begin to measure the value of their experiences based on how others respond rather than how those experiences contribute to their personal growth. Over time, this can weaken self-confidence and create an unhealthy dependence on external approval. The widespread influence of digital platforms has also made it easier than ever to reveal personal details without fully considering the long-term impact. Information shared publicly can remain accessible for years, sometimes reaching people far beyond the intended audience. A casual post or comment made in the moment may later affect professional opportunities, relationships, or reputation. Being mindful about what to share is not about living in secrecy. It is about understanding that personal information carries lasting consequences once it becomes public. Protecting privacy also allows individuals to maintain a stronger sense of identity. When too many personal details are constantly discussed or displayed, people may begin to feel as though their lives are being observed and evaluated. This subtle pressure can influence decisions, encouraging individuals to act in ways that align with public expectations rather than their true values. By keeping certain aspects of life private, a person preserves the freedom to grow, make mistakes, and learn without feeling the need to explain every step of their journey. Healthy relationships also benefit from thoughtful boundaries. Not every acquaintance or social connection needs full access to personal experiences. Trust develops gradually over time, and deeper levels of personal sharing should naturally occur within relationships that have demonstrated reliability, empathy, and respect. When people maintain clear boundaries, they create a space where meaningful connections can grow while still protecting their inner world. Privacy ultimately serves as a form of self-respect. It reflects an understanding that certain parts of life are valuable precisely because they are personal. By choosing carefully what to share and with whom, individuals preserve their peace of mind, strengthen their sense of dignity, and create a more balanced relationship with the world around them. Family relationships are among the most meaningful and influential connections in a person's life. They shape our values, support our growth, and provide a sense of belonging that often cannot be found elsewhere. However, like any close relationship, families are not free from disagreements, misunderstandings, or moments of tension. Conflicts may arise because of differences in opinions, expectations, or life circumstances. While such challenges are a natural part of human interaction, the way these conflicts are handled plays a crucial role in determining whether relationships grow stronger or become more strained. One important principle of maintaining harmony is to avoid sharing family conflicts publicly or with people who are not directly involved in resolving the situation. When private disagreements are shared openly with others, they can easily become a source of misunderstanding or gossip. People who hear about the conflict may only receive one side of the story, which can lead them to form opinions without knowing the full context. These partial perspectives may influence how others view the individuals involved, sometimes creating long-lasting impressions that are difficult to change even after the issue has been resolved. What may have been a temporary disagreement within the family can suddenly become a widely discussed topic, turning a private matter into a public narrative. Another challenge with discussing family problems openly is that it may unintentionally damage trust among family members. Trust within a family is built on the expectation that personal matters will be handled with care and respect. When someone shares these issues outside the family circle, others may begin to feel exposed or betrayed. This can make future communication more difficult, as individuals may become hesitant to express their feelings honestly, fearing that their words might later be repeated to others. Handling family conflicts privately also encourages more constructive communication. When people focus on addressing disagreements directly with those involved, they are more likely to listen, understand different perspectives, and work toward meaningful solutions. Honest conversations within the family environment allow each person to express concerns openly while still maintaining respect for one another. This approach creates an opportunity for growth where misunderstandings can be clarified and relationships can become stronger through mutual effort. Publicly sharing family issues can also intensify emotions rather than resolve them. Once outsiders become involved, the situation may grow more complicated as additional opinions and judgments enter the conversation. Instead of focusing on resolving the core issue, the individuals involved may begin defending themselves against external criticism or explanations. This often shifts attention away from healing the relationship and toward protecting personal reputation. Maintaining discretion does not mean ignoring problems or pretending they do not exist. Healthy families acknowledge their challenges and address them with patience, empathy, and maturity. Seeking guidance from a trusted elder, counselor, or mediator can sometimes be helpful when conflicts become difficult to resolve internally. The key difference is that such guidance is sought with the intention of improving the situation rather than exposing it unnecessarily. Respecting the privacy of family matters reflects a deep appreciation for the importance of those relationships. When individuals choose to protect the dignity of their loved ones, even during moments of disagreement, they demonstrate loyalty and emotional intelligence. Over time, this careful approach helps preserve harmony, strengthens mutual trust, and allows family members to face challenges together with understanding rather than division. Every individual carries certain weaknesses, insecurities, or personal struggles that are part of the human experience. These vulnerabilities may involve fears, past failures, emotional sensitivities, or areas where a person is still growing and learning.